Hello students, in last video we have seen equivalence class partition and theorems. Recall the definition of equivalence class. Equivalence class. Let X be a non-empty set. Let X be a non-empty set and tilde be an equivalence relation. Tilde be an equivalence relation on X. Let A belongs to X. The equivalence class of A is the collection of all elements in X which are related to A, related with A. Therefore A bar equal to set of X belongs to X such that A relate to X. And also we have seen the theorem equivalence class are either identical or disjoint. That is either A bar equal to B bar or A bar intersection B bar equal to phi. Also we have seen partition of a set X is collection of disjoint subsets of X whose union is X. Now in this video we will see equivalence class theorem. Statement of this theorem is: let X be any non-empty set. Every equivalence relation on X induces a partition on X. Conversely, every partition on X defines an equivalence relation on X. First, given X be any non-empty set, X be any non-empty set. Suppose every equivalence relation on X, induces a partition on X every equivalence relation on X, not suppose, to show that every equivalence relation on X induces a partition on X. Let R be the equivalence relation on X. Consider P equal to set of X bar x belongs to x. X bar means equivalence class of x such that x belongs to x. P is a collection of all equivalence classes of x with respect to R to show that P forms a partition of x. Observe that every set x bar is non-empty set as x belongs to x bar for all x belongs to x. Therefore, every member of x belongs to some x bar belongs to P. So, every member of x belongs to some x bar belongs to P. So, union of all members of P is x. Union of all members of P is x. We know that partition of a set x is collection of disjoint subsets of x whose union is x. So here we proved P is a partition of a set x is collection of disjoint subset of x whose union is x. Therefore, we proved P forms a partition of x. Conversely, suppose P is a partition of x, to show that P defines an equivalence relation on x for xy belongs to x. We defined the relation on x as x relate to y if and only if x and y belongs to the same equivalence class. First, we have to show that R is equivalence relation. We know x relate to x for all x belongs to x. Therefore, R is reflexive. Second, if X and Y are members of the same class, which class? Equivalence class. Then Y and X also belongs to the same equivalence class. Therefore, X relate to Y implies Y relate to X for all XY belongs to X. So, R is symmetric. Third, X relate to Y and Y relate to Z for all X, Y, Z belongs to X. X, Y belongs to U and Y, Z belongs to V. U and V belongs to P. P is a partition, means U belongs to P, V belongs to P. And in partition, two sets are either identical or disjoint. X relate to Y, Y relate to Z, X, Y belongs to U, means X, Y belongs to the equivalence class U, and Y, Z belongs to V, means Y, Z belongs to equivalence class V. But P is a partition, and Y belongs to two sets U and V. But in partition, two sets U and V either identical or disjoint. Disjoint means members of these two sets are not equal. But Y belongs to two sets means these two sets are definitely identical, which implies U equal to V. Hence, X and Y are the members of same equivalence class. X, Y, Z are the members of same equivalence class. That's why if X relate to Y and Y relate to Z, which implies X relate to Z. Therefore, R is transitive. Thus, by first, second and third, we get R is reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Thus, R is an equivalence relation. On X. Hence, prove the theorem. First, we proved every equivalence relation on X induces a partition on X. In this, suppose we let R be the equivalence relation on X, and then we show that this set forms a partition of X, and conversely we suppose P is a partition on X, and then we show that R is an equivalence relation. Next, definition. Congruence class of a modulo N. Congruence class of a modulo N. For A belongs to Z, this set A bar equal to X belongs to Z such that X is congruent to A modulo N is called as congruence class of a modulo N, of a modulo N. It is also called as residue class of a modulo N. Residue class of a modulo N. Definition of congruence class of a modulo N. For A belongs to Z, this set A bar equal to set of X belongs to Z such that X is congruent to A modulo N is called as congruence class of a modulo N, and it is also called as residue class of a modulo N. In equivalence class, A bar equal to X belongs to X such that A relate to X. X is a set, X be a non-empty set, and tilde be an equivalence relation on X. But in congruence class of a modulo N, here A belongs to Z, and the set A bar equal to set of X belongs to Z such that X is congruent to A modulo N. Now we will see the theorem based on congruence class of a modulo N. Statement of the theorem is, let AB belongs to Z, then A is congruent to B modulo N if and only if A and B leave the same remainder when divided by N. Proof. Given A is congruent to B modulo N, to show that A and B leave the same remainder when divided by N. This statement is in the form of if and only if. That's why we have to show that first, if A is congruent to B modulo N, then A and B leave the same remainder when divided by N. And second, if A and B leave the same remainder when divided by N, then A is congruent to B modulo N. Proof. Let A is congruent to B modulo N to show that A and B leave the same remainder when divided by N. We have A is congruent to B modulo N, means N divides A minus B. N divides A minus B means there exists an integer K such that A minus B equal to N into K. Therefore, A equal to, we get B plus NK, minus B here plus B. Give as equation number 1. Applying division algorithm division algorithm to b and n, we get b equal to nq plus r, b equal to nq plus r. Here 0 less equal r less than n. Remainder obviously less than n. Here r is remainder. Give as equation number 2. Here r is the remainder. R is the remainder when b is divided by n. Put b equal to nq plus r in equation number 1. Equation number 1 is a equal to b plus nk. Therefore a equal to b plus nk equal to b is nq plus r. Put here nq plus r plus nk, which is equal to nq plus nk plus r. Take n common, n into q plus k plus r. N k dash plus r, where k dash equal to q plus k belongs to z. Here q, k belongs to z, therefore their addition also belongs to z. A equal to nk dash plus r means r is the remainder. Give as equation number 3. From equation number 2 and equation number 3, from equation number 2 and 3, a and b leave the same remainder, when divided by n. When divided by n. Here in equation 2 remainder is r, and here equation number 3 remainder is r. That's why we say that a and b leave the same remainder when divided by n. Conversely, suppose a and b leave the same remainder when divided by n, and then show that a is congruent to b modulo n, because the statement is in the if and only if forms. Conversely, suppose a and b leave the same remainder when divided by n, say the remainder is r. That is a equal to nq1 plus r and b equal to nq2 plus r. Here 0 less equal r less than n, and r, q1, q2 belongs to z. Subtract these two equations, we get a minus b equal to nq1 plus r minus nq2 plus r, which is equal to nq1 plus r minus nq2 minus r. nq1 minus nq2 plus r minus r get cancelled. Take n common, n into q1 minus q2, a minus b equal to nq dash, where q dash equal to q1 minus q2 belongs to z, which implies n divides a minus b equal to nq dash, which implies n divides a minus b. Therefore a is congruent to b modulo n. Proof of this theorem. theorem, which we just proved from above theorem, we see that with respect to modulo n relation, every integer is congruent to exactly one of the integers from the set 0, 1, 2 and so on n minus 1. So there are exactly n distinct congruence classes modulo n. We have a bar equal to set of x belongs to z such that x is congruent to a modulo n. X belongs to z such that x congruent to a modulo n means n divides x minus a. N divides x minus a means x minus a equal to nk, where k belongs to z, which is equal to this set is nothing but the set of x belongs to z. That's why we convert this equation into x equal to a plus nk, k belongs to z, which is equal to x belongs to z and x equal to a plus nk. We know k belongs to z. Put here k equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. From here minus 1, minus 2 and so on. That's why we get set a bar equal to, if we put k equal to 0 we get a, if we put k equal to 1 we get a plus n, put k equal to 2 we get a plus 2n and so on. From here if we put k equal to minus 1, in this we get a minus n, k equal to minus 2, a minus 2n and so on. This is the set of a bar congruence class. Next example. Let a equal to 2, n equal to 5, find a bar. We have a bar equal to x belongs to z such that x is congruent to a modulo n. Here a equal to 2, n equal to 5, put in this 2 bar equal to x belongs to z, x as it is congruent to a is 2, modulo n is 5, equal to x belongs to z such that 5 divides x minus 2, equal to x belongs to z such that x minus 2 equal to 5k, k belongs to z, which is equal to x belongs to z such that x equal to 2 plus 5k, k belongs to z. Set is 2 bar equal to x belongs to z such that x equal to 2 plus 5k, x equal to 2 plus 5k, k belongs to z, put k equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on, -1, -2 and so on. In x equal to 2 plus 5k, we get, if k equal to 0, 2, k equal to 1, 2 plus 5, k equal to 2, 2 plus 5 into 2 and so on. If k equal to -1, 2 minus 5, if k equal to -2, 2 plus 5 into -2 and so on, which is equal to 2 plus 5 into -2 means 2 minus 10, 2 minus 5 minus 3, 2, 2 plus 5 7, 2 plus 5 into 2 10 and so on, which is equal to, so on, 2 minus 10 minus 8 minus 3, 2, 7, 2 plus 10 12 and so on. This is the equivalence class of 2. Next example. Next example we will see in the next video.